Top 10 Surprising Vegetables Diabetics Should Avoid for Better Blood Sugar Control. Hold on a second. Think about your go-to safe vegetables. What if some of those trusted greens and colorful roots are actually working against your blood sugar goals? It's a bit of a shocker, isn't it? The idea that foods you thought were your best friends could be making diabetes management tougher. When you're living with diabetes, what you eat is incredibly important. You've probably heard it a million times. Eat more vegetables. And most of the time, that's solid advice. But the vegetable world isn't always as straightforward as it seems, especially when keeping an eye on your blood sugar is key. Today, we're uncovering 10 such surprising vegetables. Get ready, because a few of these might really catch you off guard. First up, butternut squash. It's a fall and winter favorite, loved for its rich taste, fiber, and vitamins A and C. People roast it, turn it into creamy soups, and even sneak it into healthier desserts. But here's the catch for folks managing diabetes. Butternut squash can be a bit deceptive. While it's nutritious, it also packs a good amount of carbohydrates, mostly from natural sugars and starch. What's more, its glycemic index can be on the higher side, especially when cooked. Imagine you're enjoying a big helping of roasted butternut squash, thinking you're making a great choice. But because of its carb density, you could see an unexpected glucose spike afterwards. You might want to consider alternatives like zucchini or cauliflower, which have fewer carbs. Next, let's talk about broad beans, also known as fava beans. These beans often get praised for being high in protein and fiber, so they seem like a fantastic choice. But the surprise with broad beans is that their carbohydrate and calorie content is often higher than people realize. If you like broad beans, the trick is strict portion control and being aware of how many carbs they're contributing. Sweet potatoes often get a health halo. They're frequently recommended as a better choice than white potatoes because some types have a lower glycemic index and they're packed with vitamin A. But here's why they're on our surprising list. Not all sweet potatoes are the same, and even the popular orange variety can have a surprisingly high glycemic index, sometimes 70 or more, especially when baked or mashed. The common idea is that sweet potatoes are a free pass compared to white potatoes. While they do offer more nutrients like beta-carotene, their effect on blood sugar can be just as big, if not bigger. For people with diabetes, portion control is absolutely key. A small serving, maybe half of a medium sweet potato paired with plenty of fiber and protein, is a much safer way to go. Parsnips, those pale, carrot-like root vegetables, have a sweet, earthy taste and are often used in roasts, stews, and purees. The surprise with parsnips is their carbohydrate content and glycemic index, which are higher than many other non-starchy vegetables. Parsnips generally have a medium glycemic index, around 52. If you love parsnips, think of them as a starchy vegetable in your meal plan, similar to how you'd treat a small portion of potato. Are any of these veggies regulars on your plate? Beets, with their beautiful color and earthy sweetness, are often praised for being rich in antioxidants, especially betalains and nitrates, which can be good for blood pressure. However, beets make our list because of their natural sugar content and medium glycemic index. That sweetness comes from sugars that can lead to a moderate rise in blood glucose. A few slices of beets in a salad are usually okay, but a large serving of roasted beets or drinking beet juice can add a surprising amount of sugar to your diet. Carrots are pretty much universally seen as a healthy snack. They're loaded with beta-carotene, fiber, and various vitamins. The surprise with carrots really depends on how you prepare them. When carrots are cooked, their cellular structure breaks down, making their natural sugars easier for your body to absorb. So, if you love carrots, try to eat them raw or very lightly steamed. And be super careful with carrot juice. This one isn't about a single vegetable, but a common way of preparing them that can turn a healthy option into something problematic. Canned and pickled vegetables are convenient and last a long time, so they're pantry staples for many. The surprise here isn't always the vegetable itself, but what's added during the canning or pickling. Many canned vegetables have added sodium, which is a worry for blood pressure, an issue that often goes hand in hand with diabetes. More directly affecting blood sugar, some canned or pickled veggies, like certain brands of pickled beets, carrots, or 3-bean salads, can have a lot of added sugar for flavor or as a preservative. It's easy to grab a can off the shelf thinking vegetable equals healthy without checking the label. That healthy side of pickled beets might be sneaking sugars into your meal and causing unexpected glucose spikes. Always read labels carefully. Look for canned vegetables with no salt added or low sodium, and check the ingredients for any type of sugar. Rinsing canned vegetables can help wash away some of the sodium. When it comes to pickled items, be extra cautious about sugar content, or think about making your own at home so you can control what goes in. Vegetable juices, the fiberless sugar rush. Vegetable juices, including popular blends with carrot, beet, or mixed greens, are often marketed as a quick and easy way to get a blast of vitamins and minerals. But this is a big area of concern for diabetics. The surprise is that juicing vegetables, even ones that are low glycemic when whole, strips away most of their helpful fiber. Fiber is super important for slowing down how quickly sugar enters your bloodstream. Without it, the natural sugars in the vegetables hit your system much faster, leading to sharp and often large spikes in blood glucose. Think about it. It takes several carrots or a big beet to make just one glass of juice. You're drinking all the sugar from those vegetables in a very short time, without the fiber to soften the blow. Many store-bought vegetable juices also have fruit juices added to make them taste better, which bumps up the sugar load even more. For diabetics, whole, raw, or lightly cooked vegetables are almost always a much better choice than their juiced versions. Fried vegetables. When healthy takes a wrong turn. Vegetables like zucchini, eggplant, okra, or even green beans are nutritious in their natural state. The problem, and the unfortunate surprise for some, happens when these healthy veggies are deep fried or heavily battered. The frying process and the batter add a ton of unhealthy fats and refined carbohydrates. This massively increases the calorie count, and crucially for diabetics, the glycemic load of the dish. Someone might think, I'm eating zucchini? It's healthy, while munching on fried zucchini sticks. But the batter is usually made from refined flour, which spikes blood sugar, and the oil absorbed adds empty calories and unhealthy fats that can make insulin resistance worse over time. These cooking methods turn a good food into something that can actually work against your blood sugar goals and overall health. Lightly sautéing, grilling, roasting, or steaming are much better ways to cook these vegetables so they keep their health benefits without all the harmful extras. Corn, the starchy grain vegetable hybrid. Corn, whether it's on the cob, from a can, or even popcorn, often causes confusion. Is it a vegetable? Is it a grain? Botanically speaking, it's a grain, but we often eat it like a vegetable. It's sweet, satisfying, and a common side dish. The surprise for many is that corn, even though we treat it like a veggie in the kitchen, has a medium glycemic index and is pretty high in starch. This means it can raise blood sugar levels more significantly and quickly than non-starchy vegetables like broccoli or leafy greens. Products like cream corn often have added sugars and fats, which make their impact even bigger. Many diabetics might not put corn in the same category as bread or pasta, so they underestimate its carbohydrate content and how it affects blood sugar. While it does provide some fiber and nutrients, you need to be careful with portion sizes. Before we wrap up, it's really important to remember a few key things. Understanding the glycemic index and glycemic load of foods is super helpful. Foods with a high GI and GL tend to cause faster and bigger blood sugar spikes. Choosing low GI vegetables is usually a good strategy. Second, how you prepare your food matters a lot. As we saw with carrots and fried vegetables, cooking or processing a vegetable can really change its impact on your blood sugar. Finally, portion control is king. Even vegetables with a moderate GI or carbohydrate content can often fit into a diabetic diet if you're careful with how much you eat and if your overall meal is balanced. Managing diabetes is a journey of learning, and we hope this information helps you make even smarter choices. For more tips on healthy eating and diabetes management, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. If you found this video helpful, please share it with others who might find it useful. And remember, this is all for educational purposes. Always talk to your healthcare provider or a registered dietitian for personalized dietary advice. Trying to eat right with diabetes can feel like walking a tightrope sometimes, but knowledge is your best balancing tool. While it's absolutely true that a diabetic diet should be packed with plenty of vegetables, it's so important to understand that not all vegetables affect blood sugar in the same way. The 10 surprising vegetables we talked about today, from the starchy sweetness of butternut squash and parsnips, to the hidden sugars in some canned goods and the concentrated impact of vegetable juices, really show why we need to look beyond general health halos. By being aware of carbohydrate content, glycemic index, how cooking methods change things, and the power of portion control, you can do a much better job of managing your blood glucose levels. The point isn't to be scared of these vegetables, but to understand them and use them wisely in your eating plan, if at all. Focus on filling your plate with tons of low glycemic, high fiber options like leafy greens. Think spinach, kale, and lettuce. They have super low GI values. Broccoli, cauliflower, bell peppers, and green beans. These generally have a much kinder effect on blood sugar. Making informed, smart choices is key to thriving with diabetes.